This week, we're sailing to Ibiza and we're chit-chatting about being full-time world cruisers.
And we really need to make a decision almost now.
Will we actually do it? We don't know.
We're preparing to tuck away somewhere a little more remote for some fun on the water. Well, for the most part. Welcome to Sailing Jibsea. 2 years ago, we knew nothing about sailing, but took off from Canada with an urge for adventure. I'm Steph. This is Travis, and this is our home, Jibsea. We moved quickly, and in a short time have made it down south and even crossed an ocean. But we still have a whole lot more of the world to see. Subscribe and join our life on the water.
We enjoyed a couple of days in Formentera, enjoying our first swim and all of that. And now we're on the move again. We're heading over to Ibiza because it got quite rolly in the anchorages, and it's kind of something we've learned about the, conditions, the sea state, and trying to find protected anchorages as we've been navigating our way around the island. We determined that we kind of have to look at the weather a couple days before and a couple days after to see what the sea state's going to be in terms of swell and roll.
Yeah, usually, you pick a spot and you see the weather coming and you go, okay, we should be protected over here. But you'll get there and realize the conditions the few days prior to that will actually have still waves and swell coming into that bay, and then you're like, dang, we're pointed in the way the wind is pointing, but the swell is now making it very uncomfortable from the previous days.
Especially because it's more exposed, these islands here, so.
Yeah, not too many bays that you can get really snugged into, or at least that we haven't been to yet, but we'll find out as we keep going.
We thought we were going to be motoring, so we're surprised that we have this great sail right now. We got up to like 11 knots of wind that we didn't think we were going to have. So we thought the motor was going to be roaring the entire time, but it's not. So we've been able to kind of have some conversations about what our plans are.
Yeah, it seems silly for us to talk about future plans when we just kind of stepped foot into the Med, but it's crazy because you really need to plan really far in advance to make your Schengen time line up with your out time and all this kind of things. And then the winter here, a lot of people don't really sail throughout the winter and living on anchor. They usually get a marina and they go that route, and a lot of people tend to fly out and come back, or they stay on their boat in the marinas.
And we just did that over the winter. You guys know that we did the whole wintering live aboard thing in Belfast, where it was quite cold and we were in one spot for a really long time. Yeah, so that's kind of got us going, I don't know if we want to do that again within the same year, pretty much, because we like to move. And as much as we like to wing it day by day, being on this side of the world with the whole Schengen thing and the seasons, we've really got to plan our route, our calendars, and it essentially brings us into planning for the following year on the timing of all the seasons and whatnot.
Yeah, and then can we financially afford it after just spending that time in a marina there, and lots of things to consider. And why we're talking about this so soon is because winter berthing books up really quick here. It's June now, and we really need to make a decision almost now.
We just got here, so it's kind of like we're thinking about our out before we've even really enjoyed our in. So that kind of sucks, but it kind of comes with cruising this area, so.
Yeah. Brainstorming a whole bunch this passage.
So the thing is, it would be so easy to put the boat on the hard, fly out, reset our Schengen clocks, visit home for the winter time, but that would be very expensive because we'd be hauling out, which we obviously have to pay for flights and accommodations once we're home. And if we had a haul out, we definitely want to do work on the boat ourselves because, you're hauling out. It would be great to get under there and do what you need to do, but a lot of places don't let you do that. Obviously, we're not going to hire somebody to do the work that we would want to do because A, money, and B, just principle of just wanting to do it ourselves anyways, like we have before. Yeah. So that's kind of like a no-go for us. What was the cheapest option was to just head back out. Go as far as we can go now with the 3 months that we have, and then start making our way out before that clock runs out, and just cross back to the Caribbean, where it seemed like life was pretty simple and inexpensive in comparison.
After traveling all these places now, the Caribbean lifestyle on a boat and cruising is just very relaxed. It's easy. There's not a whole lot of forethought you need to think about, yearly because of where you're going to be for hurricane season. But other than that, you can really just go day by day and make it up as you go.
Find an anchorage and not have to be, not have to pick up marinas because there aren't protected anchorages. Like we've never had to marina as much as we have in the past year.
Yeah, because you know you just like, and especially now in the Med, if you go on the mainland, you know, staying off all these islands. With an island, you can always circle it and find protection, but once you're on that coast, which is all the north coast, if you have any crazy southerly winds, you almost have to take a marina, and then you're kind of stuck in a marina. And especially summer right now, the rates are upwards of like $200 to $300 a night for our size boat. Euros. And that's just not gonna happen for us. So it keeps us kind of like a little hesitant to even go to the north coast. Like I know in France there's some areas that you could probably tuck into, but what I've seen in Italy and stuff, there's not many protected areas that you can without a marina. So it's like, there's that, and it's just, it gets your mind all racked on like planning. It's just crazy. It's
the cost of being in the Med. Like it's super expensive, and we see why everyone hangs out in the Caribbean. It's more budget friendly for the cruising kitty anyway. Really hard to financially justify staying in here for as long as we like to.
For us.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd love to stay. It's great. We love Europe, but it's just we want to make this journey go as long as we can, and it would be a very expensive year. With essentially, it would be 8 months in a marina within a year, and that is a long time for us because we like to be on the hook and moving, you know, daily if possible. So being stuck at one place that long.
Well, and the rates, like you get a better rate if you book the whole winter there versus if you just were to spend like a month here and a month here and a month there. Like you're spending more than just getting the 6 months at a marina. And I get you can jump in and out, but then we're dealing with that whole Schengen thing. Because ideally right now we'd be looking at Montenegro. There's a lot of good reviews on that place, and it's just good, but yeah.
It's also cold, so I mean, realistically, are we gonna hop in and out during winter when it's anywhere from like, I don't know, 4 degrees to 15 degrees?
Yeah, right. So many things to consider. And that's the thing, it's like, I think our biggest thing is, do we want to be sitting somewhere again for like 6 months versus we just sailed for 5 months and then sit for 6 months.
How many more boat projects can we show during the winter months?
I know, how many more boat projects can we do, which we're so on the fence. Yeah. And we obviously want to just continue cruising in nice weather, so the Caribbean is looking pretty inviting again for us at this point.
And then we thought, okay, well maybe we'll cross back to the Caribbean and then enjoy that time and then just cross back over. Will we actually do it? We don't know. It's just one of those things. So let us know in the comments below what you guys think. Maybe what you would do if you were in our position. We invite your thoughts down there. Let us know.
Let us know your thoughts for sure.
We're going to enjoy the rest of this sail, and we'll show you Ibiza when we get there. Just heading in to grab coffee, grocery store, and then I think we're going to be on our way. Like there's not much here for us to see in terms of like close by to where we anchored. It's a big party area, so there's tons of resorts, a lot of restaurants and stuff, clubs, so it gets really busy at night and you can hear the music going and the lights going on shore. Entire strip here, you can book your day trip. Boat tours here. It's going to be upwards of 28 degrees Celsius, so it's perfect swimming weather. We're going to try to find a little remote spot to tuck into after getting all our food and everything stocked up for it. We've got a really nice view here.
Good spot to do some weather routing, planning, all that good stuff.
Got all the groceries we needed, we unloaded, and now we're heading back out to go to the gas station. We just need to fill up our jerry cans, so we're just gonna dinghy the cans over.
We always like to do it this way too, because you see how accurate the pumps read. Because we've had it where 80 liters has actually been
It was like 91 or 92.
91 liters.
Just making our way around the north side of Ibiza now. And we've got a good sail, comfortable.
I'm pretty excited to introduce to you today SwellPro. Flying a drone off a boat is incredibly stressful. One, they're really expensive, and two, if they go in the drink, usually that's it, they're done. But this guy, look at that sucker. A waterproof drone from SwellPro, with the idea that we can have a little bit of stress-free flying with this guy. Because if I have to drop it in the drink, it should be okay, and then we can go retrieve it with the boat if I can't. This thing looks really beefy, industrial. It's got a 4K camera, 3 batteries, comes with a really nice case, a big full control that holds your phone. The control and the phone all hook up via Bluetooth. We also got a couple of ND filters, so that'll be good for really bright lights and to get the glare out of the water. Comes with a charger, and yeah, all your blades you need. Now these blades aren't foldable, they're a solid blade, so just a little bit of caution. Watch your fingers. When we've smacked Steph in the face, I'm sure these guys would have done some serious damage.
Yeah,
So-
I definitely don't want those smacking anywhere near me on any body part.
Yeah, so if we're not feeling confident about grabbing it from the boat, we can drop the sails, land it in the water, and then just go retrieve it that way, if the worst case scenario. It's pretty self-explanatory. Each blade, it's got a CCW. You just match it up, just like every other drone. Pushes in and snaps in, and you're good. Batteries looks pretty watertight. It's got a full-on sort of lock, 2 locks. Lock. Then there's the battery encased in there. We're gonna try to take off from the water with this today, so.
Because
That'd
we
be
want
cool.
to show you guys this place that we just anchored down in. It is so pretty. There's about 3 of us boats here in this small little spot tucked away, and it looks really grand. I think the only way to do this place justice is to send up the drone so you can see a bird's eye view of exactly what we're in right now, because it is fabulous.
Yeah, it's not your typical sort of vacation or anchorages. I think all they want to go to is nice shallow waters. It's quite deep here.
Yeah, we anchored in about 45 to 50 feet, so
Yeah.
that's quite deep for what we're used to.
They actually come with a full set of extra blades, which is really nice. Because like anybody, you're gonna crash the drone at some point.
And spares are good.
Spares are good. Let's go with an ND 32. Really important when you change these lenses out.
You're beating sweat.
I'm so sweaty. It's really hot. We haven't had this heat in a while.
You have a mustache,
No.
like mustache.
So it's very important when you change these lenses out to make sure that there's no moisture trapped in that lens, otherwise it's just gonna fog up on you. Now when you're flying this thing above you, you want the antennas down. If you're flying it in boat mode where the controller is above the drone, then you put these antennas upwards. It's gonna do its thing.
Gently placed. We're gonna be careful.
Does it float? There it goes. You might want to push it away. Just let it drift.
Hold on, don't turn it on. No, it'll drift.
Oh yeah, leave it. Whoa, you can see underwater.
What? Let me see. Ready for it.
there she goes.
Cool. That flipped itself. I don't know how I did that. I forget, but that's pretty cool. This button, and then you turn it on, and it just comes towards you. Some jellyfish. Watch out! It's the jellyfish blender.
Oh no, don't!
I can't. Ah!
Oh my gosh. You're gonna get them all stuck in the propellers. Don't do that. Okay. Nope, they're dodging.
See you later! And that's why you get extra propellers.
Holy There's broken the first time you use it.
Jesus. So I'm gonna say what I've noticed. I've flown DJI a lot and they have sensors all over the place. So I guess if you don't really consider that, this thing will fly exactly where you want it. It won't stop, won't slow down when it's getting towards something. And if you're not used to that,
That happens.
you'll lose all your propellers. At least it went in the drink and we didn't it's not like,
Yeah.
oh, I lost the drone and I lost the propellers and the drone in the water. I just have to replace some propellers and we're good. But definitely something to consider when you're trying to fly it back onto a boat. You're best to land it in the water like
Real far.
5 feet out and then just like boat it in, like boat mode it in, just.
Next, we're dinghying out to explore that rock in the distance you could see from the drone shots. If you guys have gotten to know us the past couple of years, then you won't be surprised that our little adrenaline junkie is looking forward to all of these rocks and cliffs.
It's so cool.
This particular area had tons of those little purple stinging jellyfish, so it was a quick in and out before heading back toward Jibsea. Just behind where we're anchored was this little nook where there were a few boat sheds, and we've seen these all around the coastline. This one even had a little hangout spot and a mattress. And then of course, there's no better end to a packed day than this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button and feel free to check out our Patreon for real-time updates and more.